Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem HaKadosh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, to the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen, but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we're the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Yakalio, and this video is about the pestilences, the plagues. Alright, this is a part of these end-time judgments, the judgments that we will see at the end of Esau's kingdom. Esau is the so-called white man. They're the wicked. Okay, they're the Edomites. This is their vile wicked kingdom. And before the return of our Lord Yahushai, we're going to be seeing many things manifest, such as the pestilences, the famine, great judgment. All right, we are in the time of Jacob's trouble right now, and it is only going to continue to get worse. In Matthew chapter 24 and verse 3, it says, "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" So the word world here at G165 is the Greek word aeon, which is a period of time and age. So it is the end of the world, the end of the period of time and age of the rulership of the Edomites. All right. What shall be the signs that we're going to see before your return, Yahushai? And we know that the scriptures say, for Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So the end of their rulership is the beginning of our rulership. All right, Yahushai is going to return at the end of Esau's rulership. With his return, he's going to put Esau out of power, take away their rulership from them, right? As he's the one who gave them that blessing. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So Yahushai said in verse 6, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrow." So we're in this period of time literally right now. Okay? And Yahushai says that there will be famines and pestilences and earthquakes, and we're seeing the earthquakes a very common occurrence. The pestilences, last year there were many reports on the different pestilences that have, suddenly re-emerged, such as the bubonic plague or the Ebola. There were continuous reports regarding the whole bird flu situation, and we even felt the ramifications of the bird flu affecting the chicken and the eggs and all that. Other reports on different viruses have been coming out. They had the whole quademic situation, and then there was this other virus called the Henipavirus that they said was found. And then as well, there was a recent report where there is a disease that has been ravaging Cuba. All right, and then this was brought out at the end of last year. It's completely out of control. Scientists warned bird flu could spark a human pandemic in 2026. So something is coming, man. And we know that because the Lord let us know. These are part of the judgments, right, that are coming. And it's just like how the Lord brought great pestilences to the ancient Egyptians. The Lord is going to be bringing it again to modern Egypt. All right, America is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. The modern day Pharaoh are these Edomites who are in rulership. So the Lord is going to be bringing this kind of judgment once again, and it's going to be very terrible. When it is that Yahweh Shemishai unleashes the pestilences, you know what I'm saying? It's going to ravage the world. People are going to be dying by the hundreds and the thousands. Okay? So here it is. Disease X is here. okay, from this channel, Jason A, which just, puts together a bunch of clips.
Thai public health authorities have increased preparedness measures as the Department of Medical Services directed hospitals under its supervision to prepare for potential Nipah virus patients.
The Department of Medical Sciences says it is fully prepared to detect and monitor the Nipah virus after reports of a new outbreak in India, while health authorities are stepping up screening measures at airports.
Well, could the next pandemic make the height of the COVID-19 outbreak look mild? That's what some experts are predicting for what's being called Disease X.
So I am very worried that we just don't, we as a nation, we haven't made that commitment to really fully protect the American people.
We caught up with internationally recognized Dean of the National School of Tropical Medicine at Baylor and co-director of the Texas Children's Hospital Center for Vaccine Development, Dr. Peter Hotez, who's traveling to get his take on the topic.
Oh, and by the way, everything is fair use, fair use. And yes, I did speed up the video to 1.5, but I do believe that it is, okay.
A likelihood that new pandemic threats, that people call them Disease X, are going to be rising on a regular basis.
And Dr. Hotez says Disease X, the next pandemic, could hit hard whenever it arrives. Why do you think some experts are predicting the next pandemic will make COVID-19 look like a walk in the park?
I've written about this as well. I wrote for the Houston Chronicle a couple of months back that COVID-19 is just the warm-up act. The next pandemic may not be as severe, but it could be much more severe.
The Department of Medical Sciences said the National Institute of Health is ready.
And the thing is that ever since that situation in 2020 came about, after, it cooled down or whatever, they've been talking about it. They've been talking about how another pandemic is coming. They don't know when it is coming, but they know that one is coming for sure, right? And this is a part of Esau's witchcraft on the left-hand side. They literally do tell the world what their plans are, what they're going to do, right? And it's called revelation of the method. The elites tell us through their books and publications, the wicked elite of Esau, Edom, the ruling class of the Edomites, the banking elite, movies and news releases, what they are doing. This is called revelation of the method. So they literally let the world know what they're doing. And they do it through all their publications, the movies, the television shows, the books, the newspapers, everything. And they also do it by way of the news. Okay?
The Department of Medical Sciences said the National Institute of Health is ready to detect Nipah virus in suspected patients using real-time RT-PCR tests, which offers high sensitivity and accuracy. The test can be performed on multiple sample types, including blood, respiratory secretions, spinal fluid, and urine, with results available within 8 hours. No case Nipah virus has been reported in Thailand so far. However, health officials are encouraging the public to take basic precautions, including avoid contact with animals that carry the virus, washing fruit thoroughly before eating, and washing hands after handling animals, raw meat, or animal carcasses, especially bats, pigs, horses, cats, goats, and sheep. Meanwhile, Chiang Mai International Airport has coordinated with international disease control officers to introduce proactive screening measures, similar to those used during the outbreaks of COVID-19 and MERS. These include temperature screening for all incoming international passengers, distribution of health advisory cards, and stricter checks on travel history for passengers arriving from or transiting through outbreak areas within the past 14 to 21 days. Although there are currently no direct flights from India to Chiang Mai, authorities say they remain alert for transit passengers. Anyone showing symptoms such as high fever, headache, or respiratory problems will be transferred immediately to a designated hospital under public health response plans.
After years of pandemics popping up, including SARS and H1N1 early in the 2000s,
Ebola in 2014, we had Zika in 2016, and now we've got COVID-19.
Dr. Hotez says that's why the U.S. Office of Pandemic Preparedness was created, but he believes more should be done.
Having the funds available to make countermeasures for new diagnostics, new vaccines, and at the same time, being able to support the virologists, the scientists who actually study these pathogens.
Why are we seeing so many pandemics?
It's one of the most common questions I'm asked. It's a confluence of 21st century forces. A big one is climate change, which is altering the migration of animals.
Why are we seeing so many pans, right? So what's coming, it's not just going to be one thing. It's going to be a multitude of pestilences, as Yahushua said. Yahushua said it, man. Matthew 24 verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences. Pestilences. It's going to be multiple diseases that are going to be unleashed from Yahweh Shemisha. It's going to be devastating. All right, when it says that they're truly ravaging the world. You see what I'm saying?
Climate change, which is altering the migration of animals that can transmit these viral pathogens.
Now, no one knows when disease X, the next pandemic, will hit, but scientists say it is coming.
Oh, yeah?
Especially the disease X.
All right, so here it is. This is what I've been quoting, man. All right? When I say that they've been saying that another one is coming, it's not about if, it is that it is. Okay, so here it is. Let me just slow it down.
It's attracting a lot of attention, and I hope you have seen in the social media. But it's not a new idea. The first time we used the terminology was in 2018. The discussions were in 2017. I was just new Director General. As you know, we annually list the emerging diseases.
No cure. Report is Saturday, January 24th, 2026.
Zika, Ebola, those we know.
Hold on. 2 nurses at a hospital in India are infected with a bat-borne pathogen that inspired the Hollywood film Contagion. January 21st, 2026. What do you mean by inspired the Hollywood film Contagion? Is that their way of letting us know that they're doing what they're doing? Because we're not ignorant to Satan's devices. We know that, the Lord has, blessed them on the left-hand side to be able to create and form certain kinds of things and then to use those things. Very interesting headline.
But then we said there are things that are unknown that may happen. And anything happening is a matter of when, not if.
Oh, yeah?
So we need to have a placeholder for that, for the disease we don't know that may come. And that was when we gave the name Disease X. So Disease X is a placeholder for unknown disease. I just wanted to start by clarifying that because there is already a lot of attention. If I may, although COVID came immediately, we were preparing for COVID-like disease. You may even call COVID as the first disease X. So whether it's in health systems or even the private sector, by the way, in research and development, for instance, you can prepare for it. Actually, it started with this disease X issue with a research and development blueprint. It's a blueprint. And research and development should be at the center also to test drugs, to test the other tools.
The move involves close coordination between multiple health agencies to ensure rapid diagnosis and effective clinical care. Officials stated that while no cases have been detected in Thailand, their proactive stance is necessary to safeguard the public and maintain national health security. The Department of Medical Services has designated Rajwithi Hospital, Lertsin Hospital, and Noparat Rajthani Hospital as the primary facilities to receive suspected and confirmed cases. These institutions have been instructed to mobilize specialist teams, prepare isolation wards, and ensure an adequate supply of essential medicines and medical equipment. Furthermore, medical experts are collaborating to develop standardized treatment guidelines that will be distributed to healthcare providers nationwide to ensure a unified and effective response. Laboratory readiness has also been confirmed by the Department of Medical Sciences. Through the National Institute of Health, authorities are prepared to perform diagnostic testing using the RT-PCR method, which can detect viral genetic material from blood, throat, and nasal secretions, cerebrospinal fluid, and urine. To ensure accuracy, at least 2 types of specimens will be collected per patient. Testing results are expected to be delivered.
All right, well, we got the gist of it. Yeah, something's cooking, and we know it's going to continue to cook because of the prophecies of Yahweh Shemishai. That lets us know more than anything else that these things are coming, and it doesn't matter in which way or form it does occur, it is going to occur. All right. In 2 Esdras chapter 15 and verse 1, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, talking to the Israelites, those of our people that refuse to repent and return to our power, Yahweh Shemishai. Only an Israelite can have faith in the Lord. All right, salvation is only for the Israelites, and of the Israelites, only a remnant will be saved, which is the elect of the nation of Israel. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So it's all coming, man. All right, these plagues are coming, and it's going to happen in a fashion that is truly going to be ravaging the world. Okay? Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 15, the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. So there's no way to escape the judgments that are coming. And notice the famine as well. All right, Yahushua let us know that there are going to be some things we're going to see, right? Earthquakes, pestilences, and famine. So now the pestilences, it's starting to ramp up. So guess what's going to be on the table soon? The famine. And all of these things are just going to be hitting boom, 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 boom. All right, the scriptures say that slack. In 2nd Esdras chapter 16 and verse 37, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. So it's going to be hitting boom, 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 because the childbirth, once the water breaks, the contractions happen. The closer it is that the child is going to be birthed, the contractions happen more frequently and also more painfully. So it's going to be hitting boom, 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 man. The judgments of Yahweh, Shemishah, the pestilence, the famine, etc. And also regarding this whole pan thing, right? Last year, 2025, they signed the pandemic agreement, right? The pandemic agreement, what it is not. It's a treaty, a worldwide treaty, that when it is that one happens, the response is going to be a global effort and response. And they signed that into law last year. Okay, let's read a little bit on it and then I'll end. The pandemic agreement is a legally binding deal in which countries agree to a shared international response to shared pandemic threats. It focuses on equitable access to diagnostics and treatments, as well as on researching and implementing measures to improve pandemic prevention, surveillance, and response. I know throughout the video I've been trying to not say the word, but it is what it is, you know. Once adopted by WHO member states, it is subject to signature and ratification by individual nations. And what's interesting is that apparently Trump, I don't know if it's still a thing that happened. Let me check. Trump leaves WHO. I wonder if it really happened. I heard some. Oh, there it is. Okay, 4 days ago, US officially leaves World Health Organization. So my just assumption as a man is that, seeing as that they have left the WHO, that when it is that a pandemic does occur, as they said that it is coming, they said it is going to occur, right? These are their own words, that the global response is going to exclude America. So then America won't get the aid. You see? So this is very interesting, man. Very interesting. But these are the prophecies of Yahweh Shemishai, right? And we are in those days, man. And the scriptures say, in the last days, perilous time shall come. All right. So with that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemishai, Bashar Makal Kodesh. Shalom.